Alright, so, you got the three-sided, spinner thing to decide which one is picks topic first and stuff?
Yeah, hold on.
Also, 20 minutes this time, we said we're doing, I think, or
Yes.
should we get the stream going so we can see the timer?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
fuck. We have to stream. Ugh,
Yeah.
my
Also,
nose
Yeah.
I definitely
hurts.
recommend you before we start. I definitely recommend you guys watch that trailer because it has really good animation, even if you don't like Marvel Rivals, which is like really cool.
You guys seeing
But
my
alas,
stream?
yes, I see your. It's loading.
Yeah. Loading, loading, loading.
Oh, there it is. There is your streaming.
Kyrie.
Ah! Although, yeah, we said 20 minutes, I think, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, let me just take a sip of drink. Let me just take a sip. Alright, set it to 3 people, so, yeah. Yeah.
I nearly misspelled my own name.
It has 3
All,
letters!
no! Alrez, what's your handle? Like your actual handle?
Um, it's mid guy Nick
Alright, thank you, mid guy Nick.
because my name is Nick.
You put your real name in your
Well, yeah, it's Nick. I mean, like, who's gonna like trace my IP from that?
You'd be surprised what people can do. Anyway, who's up first? It's Zapper.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay. Oh, I hear applause in the background. That's distracting.
Oh, that's because of the
Oh, sorry.
thingy.
All right. So honestly, real talk. I mentioned this earlier in our server, but I'm actually wanting to open the floor and just talk about. I know Hours, you're newer to D&D, but I think TV you've been playing for a few years. Just what makes a good DM, and also what makes a good player, and maybe
Yeah.
share some of our horror stories if we want to. Um, I can start out. I think one of the most important things for DM. Oh, by the way, TV. None of these are in any way. If you feel like any of these apply to you, I promise you none of them do. You're a very good DM. Okay.
Now
You're on
you
my
just
list of
gave me
good.
anxiety.
You're on my list of good approved DMs. So don't worry. None of these apply to you. I promise.
Alright
Do I need
then,
to show up
go
at your
for
house?
it.
If I need to show up at your house and hug you, I'll do that. But yes, I feel like if a DM is gonna, plan something regarding a player's backstory with them, that they need to keep that word or at least talk about it. I've had situations in the past where even where DMs make decisions about my backstory that I don't agree with, but they put them in session, even recorded sessions, and I therefore can't go back on it. I literally once had a DM rewrite. I wrote a character who specifically had her entire family alive, only for the DM to basically never let me interact with them and basically have them killed off screen without my consent. You see why that might be a problem?
You might actually be ashamed to know this of me, but I accidentally did that to to a guy I played with
Oh.
like during actual school hours. It
Ah.
was
Well,
'cause
that was
it was all kind of just a verbal thing, and I misunderstood something and I completely changed his backstory. It was like
well that
he went to a wizard school and it was like, oh, he taught at a wizard school, something along those lines.
oh, and you completely misinterpreted his. Okay.
Yeah, I
But either,
messed up.
but either, but either way, what I was getting at though is if you make agreements with a player and if you don't plan to keep them, tell the player, or if you don't just break your word to the player, like, or for example, if you and the player plot out like a whole arc for your character. For their character, don't then and they then spend the entire campaign waiting for you to follow that, and then you say, "Well, I decided not to follow it," but you agreed and you didn't tell them you weren't going to follow it. Sorry, I hope this doesn't come off as just me venting, but that is one of my D&D horror stories. I literally had a DM once. We made written plans in writing, only for them to then say in session, "Well, that's not really how I thought it should go." But I made decisions overruling even logic. Because anyway, sorry for venting. I'm sorry.
Nah,
No,
man,
man, but
vent.
like
It's
Dude,
kind of what this
that's kind
podcast
of
is
that's
for.
kind of
Just
nutty. So
dude.
talking.
like, so
TV on TV. I'm gonna need you to actually have the timer window open so we can actually see it.
Oh, fuck, I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So how about you two? No, no, that's fine. Although I can't see. God damn it! Whenever you open up another window, I can't see the timer tick down. It freezes. So yeah. But yeah, how about you, TV though? Have you had any bad experiences with DMs like that?
No, I'm gonna be honest, I've had some pretty great DMs. The only one I can really think of is this one guy who had character creation like completely randomized through dice rolls. And even then,
I
it
mean,
wasn't even that bad of a game. I just didn't like my character I got, so I bailed. Well, I didn't
oh,
bail. I just
okay,
the
but it
campaign.
wasn't like, they broke their word or anything. It was just, or
No.
did anything other crazy. It was just like character creation wise, you didn't like their system.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically it.
Yeah. Alvarez, I think this is actually, I think, your first game that TV does, right?
This is the only game I'm part of.
Congratulations, you have 0 bad experiences, I hope.
Hell yeah.
I really don't.
I hope
But
not.
Yeah.
yeah, but I
Um,
guess one weird thing kind of happened related to D&D. So this like a few days ago, this dude like DM'd me and he was like, "Oh hey, I want to ask you something." I was like, "Yeah, what?" And then he was like, he just like advertised. He just like some dude from D&D server because it was like. I'm a part of a bunch of them. I don't really talk in Discord servers that much, unless it's like more personal. But yeah, I just joined a bunch of D&D ones just to see if I could find a game, which is where I found your guys' game and all that. So I guess that's cool. But anyways, what I was saying, yeah, this guy just DM and then he just advertises his like commissions in my like DM, and I was just like respectfully was
oh,
like, I'm not
oh,
really I'm not really in like I don't really have any I'm not really interested in commissions, but any like he asked to show his like portfolio, and I was like, I'm not really interested in commissions or something, but like, I guess I could see your portfolio or whatever. And so I just said that, I guess to be, courteous or whatever. And I was like, all that. And then he just like, he kept pestering me about like, oh, but you can pay. And I'm like a struggling artist. And it's like, come on, man. It's just kind of dumb to
oh.
advertise. And it makes me want to buy your stuff less, bro.
You got hit by an aggressive spammer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been hit by.
Well, I
I've been.
mean, they weren't too aggressive because, like, I just eventually I was just like, yeah, whatever, and I just kind of stopped responding, and then they were just like, so what? And it was like, I don't know, it's just kind of dumb, but whatever, I'm not too mad at the person. I guess they hope they find a hustle.
Yeah, you do see people in different D&D servers who will spam every player, and they'll message you out of the blue and just do that. There are people who literally join servers just to fish for people like that.
Well, I mean, I guess I joined the servers to fish out D&D group, and I
No,
just joined
no,
one. And
no. You join to find groups. These people join to try to try to as like a hustle thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
hustle
respect
culture.
Yeah.
I respect trying to grow your art or whatever.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's just a little bit annoying. It's like the
Yeah.
only thing. But
Yeah.
I guess
It's
they weren't too annoying. They weren't like spamming me like nonstop afterwards. So I'm glad that.
all right. Well, at least they were nice about it, because there are some aggressive spammers who will like not take no for an answer and will keep spamming you for weeks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a couple spammer encounters, but they're usually nice about it.
So kind of like how this dude was.
Yeah, I've had. In all fairness, I've only ever had like 1 or 2 bad spammers. Most of the people who,
Who bug you
DM
with
me.
commissions?
Yeah, most of the people they actually, once I explain, look, I'm really not in the in the mood to spend money on commissions like that, or or maybe, or if you fill them a bone, say, all right, I'll be, maybe, I'm not in a situation to get to spend money like that, but maybe in a couple of years, then they usually start to be polite. But assuming it's not like the really mean ones, but yeah. But yeah, keeping your word as a DM is something I find, because I've been on the receiving end of the bad end of that, and also just not communicating. Another situation I had with actually the same DM. Unfortunately, there's a reason this one certain bad DM. And if they hear this, they know who they are. I doubt they'll hear this, but it honestly, to the point where it borderline burned me out of D&D. I got back into the game, but it was the point. Um, it was that bad. Yeah, this person did not like how I spoke, so they sidelined my character for the entire campaign. I expected the other players to tell me, but no one really did.
So wait, they intentionally said that's.
Yeah, they intentionally, like, for example,
Just please communicate, bro.
I
It's
would
like
I would
not
like
that hard.
I would like audition or submit characters for other campaigns, and they'd reject me. And finally, it came out. Here's the punchline. This is the true vent moment. And this is honestly why I feel borderline gaslit by them. Session 20 of what was supposed to be a 50 session campaign, but turned into a 45 session campaign. But fair enough, it ended a little bit early. Fair enough. Around session 20, I told them I felt like I was being pushed to the side, and they said, "No, don't worry about it." Session 39, after I auditioned for their next campaign and don't get in, their response to why I didn't get in was, "Well, you have this problem with how you speak, right, that you've known about, right?" No. They said, "Well, the rest of the party was telling you about that." No. One person out of the entire server indicated this was a problem. That was it. And that was because I would dictate my character in the third person, and everyone else would use the first person. They literally listed that as the reason why they didn't cast me in the second season of a campaign, and they
It's
tried
just
to
like
make it.
really rude.
And they said that they'd known this was a problem since season 20 or so, but just they expected everyone else to tell me, but no one except one person really did. And even that one person afterwards apologized and stated that they didn't make it clear that they were telling me on behalf of the DM. Yeah. So how's that for horror story TV? TV?
Yeah, sounds like a pretty bad
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I don't mean to vent. I feel like this topic has just turned into me venting, but y'all don't have horror stories
I don't
though,
know,
which is
man.
Hey
I
man, it's
mean, it's a
your
podcast.
turn. You
You
can
just gotta
vent if
talk
you
about.
want. I straight up might
yeah,
just vent my
I don't
yeah,
know.
but no one wants to just. I assume no one wants to hear me vent. But go ahead.
No, it's all
Well,
good, man.
people like vents.
It just sounds really stupid. Like I'm the one where it was like changing up the whole story. You could have said the revisions you wanted when they were
Yeah,
posting and writing the story. Because like, oh, this doesn't
yeah,
fit my world. Maybe can you adjust it a little bit? Like, come
yeah.
on, man.
Yeah, or so I guess that's why, having been on the receiving end as a DM, communicate with your players. If you intend to make plans with your players that might change, tell them, look, I know we're making this plan, but if the campaign goes a certain way, we might wind up changing these plans. Tell them. Tell your players. Be open. Tell your players if you feel like, hey, dude, no offense, but just the way you're communicating through your character, it's not like everyone else. It's causing a problem. Can you work on that? Communicate. It's just that simple, right? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
if you have a problem with one of your players and you can't rely on other players to tell them.
Yeah, I had to learn that lesson kinda in a hard way because I used to have this one campaign that was a lot. It had problems. It's still one of my favorite campaigns, but it had problems. And this one player, Chara, he was an Arakakra with wings, but that wasn't the problem. It was his attitude the entire time we played. And eventually, things kind of just got out of hand, and I had to kick him out. And then that's kind of where the campaign ended, because I also got sick of the campaign.
How were they acting? That was a problem, if I may ask.
They were kind of just abusing the fact that they had wings and were constantly being annoying about it. Like, they would ask the size of the room and then go up into the air and then be like, haha, you can't touch me or whatever.
Ah,
And even when I made like the rooms smaller, they'd be like that.
and that right there is why there are some DMs who ban flying races.
I know, but I don't like banning certain things just because I can't handle it, you know?
No, that's fair. And honestly, the trick with flying races, though, if you're DMing against them, is first of all is to just have your enemies with really good range. Like if you're in, like, for example, a room with a 30-foot ceiling, okay, enemies are 50 feet away from you, therefore they only need like 80 feet of reach to get to you. So there are plenty of spells that can hit from there. Just because I was making a sorcerer character for another campaign earlier, have you all heard of the spell Sorceress Burst?
Can you explain it?
No.
It's one of the newer spells. It just came out in this version of D&D. I'd never heard of it, but I'm making a sorcerer, so I'm like, but it's in the player handbook, so go figure. I will hold on. Let me just actually open up the link to it. But it has 120 feet of reach though, is the point. It, it's also potentially busted, but yeah, it's a sorcerer exclusive spell, hence the name. But it's got 120 feet of reach. So and that's a cantrip. You make a ranged spell attack and then pick between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick one of 7 damage types, and if you hit, it does a D8 of that damage type. It's basically like chromatic orb, but a cantrip.
Mm.
And here's the punchline. Here's why it's fun. If you roll an 8 on that, then you can roll another 8. Yeah. So wait. Oh, all right. Yeah. So just that would be my advice if you're dealing with players who like to range spam like that. In fact, there's plenty of options for that, you know? Or like for example, another spell. I think 2024 version really like to add spells with range. That have y'all heard of the spell Hellfire? How about you, Iris?
No, I mean,
Um, I'll tell you what it does in one moment. It came in the same book that brought us the Illrigger. How's this for punchline? Again, cantrip. Again, 120 feet of range. Don't know what classes it's for though, but I know it's yeah. I have to check, but 120 feet deals 1d4 fire and 1d4 necrotic. So
That's pretty good.
yeah,
seems pretty powerful.
yeah, and that's again. I don't know if there are cantrips that have further range than that. There might be. Yeah. So that's yeah, like Firebolt also has 120 feet of range, and stuff. So there are, yeah. So that would be. I don't know if you were asking for advice, TV, but that would be, just give, just start laying on the range spells,
I
if
think
that
more
helps.
base range, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Although again, you're good though, so yeah. Or the alternative is just give your enemies crazy movement speeds, or hell, just add wings to your enemies to their. Yeah.
Jetpacks. That's how I deal with that now.
I mean, heck, in the campaign I'm DMing, I just made I literally. This is why I need to watch my words when I DM myself. I literally, if my players hear this, yeah, they know this. I had two of my NPCs discussing something that required a stealth check of like 26 to hear. My player crit, so they learned about flying coyotes,
That sounds
which
like a
I then had.
band.
It kind of does, yeah. So that's why my setting has flying coyotes now. At some point, I plan to give my party some kind of a flying vehicle. So then the flying coyotes will become a nuisance for them. Yeah.
Honestly, that's the same reason there's meter maids.
And they've kidnapped Pierce, and they're trying to take him to marry them.
Now Pierce is having a vision quest with the meter maids.
A vision quest at his bachelor party.
No. Alright.
That would be hilarious if Pierce. I know you're not gonna do this, but that would be hilarious if Pierce comes back with a wedding with an engagement ring, and that's how we got the meter maids to back off by marrying one of them.
Honestly, I'd kind of make it something like from Hellboy in Hell. That one scene with the demon vampire chick.
All right, you're up, dude. Pick a topic.
Alright, picking topic.
Right.
Alright, so I have actually been thinking about this topic a lot recently, because I'm a massive fucking nerd.
You're in the right place for it.
True, I am. I'm in a D&D server. One I made, so. Yeah, either way, in recent years, there's been a lot of what I'm calling Western adaptations of Eastern genres. Like, you know how Pacific Rim is a giant mecha anime, but in Western movie form?
More or less,
Mm,
yeah. Well,
Wait, a western's like a mecha? Wait, how? I don't know if I've seen Pacific Rim.
No, like a Western as in cultural, not a Western as in
oh,
cowboys.
yeah, okay, that makes
Yeah,
more
I was
sense.
like, oh man, maybe I should be more specific about.
So, alright, it's not
Yeah,
not Western in the sense of like the old West, but Western in the sense of like U.S. Canada versus say Japanese
but
culture.
it's like a mecha. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, basically, there's been a lot of Western writers and artists, especially recently, adapting the genres, mostly from like basically a lot of comic books have been recently adapting their own versions of like Kamen Rider and Ultraman and that kind of genre into their own unique versions of it. Like, for instance, one of my absolutely favorite comic books that has, well, not come out recently, but okay, it's basically called Ultra Mega, and it's literally just Ultraman. It's just Ultraman in Western style of things. Not Western as in cowboys, but as in,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like
yeah.
I should have notes.
So,
I go ahead. You first. Yeah.
so what? Like, what do you want to talk about? Like, do you think it's like a like a good like I think honestly in my opinion I'm thinking it's kind of a cool thing, but what do you guys think? Do you think it's like a good thing, bad thing, like what do you
I
guys think?
think it's a mix. I can tell you the reason why I think it's happening, which is that a lot of Americans these days, a lot of the newer generation of like American writers and stuff and artists grew up watching anime, which really started being big in the 80s and 90s. Really more in the 90s, but fair enough. So I think that's why it's happening. I think it's a mixed bag though. There are some things like The Last Airbender that we don't speak of because it doesn't exist. There is no live action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie in Bossing Say. Um,
There is in my world.
Although, funnily enough, the live action Netflix show actually gets good reviews. Funnily enough, I have not seen it. I've been afraid to be honest.
It's
But
probably not good.
It's not really worth your time, I'm gonna be honest.
really, no.
You should just watch the animated one
There's
again.
they are working on an animated movie actually to show like some of the interim
Oh,
period with
the
Aang.
old ones, the
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, they are actually gonna do a movie with like Aang and like all the gang as adults to show some it's gonna be like a one-off movie. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. And of course there is a new series coming out either later this year or next year possibly with the Avatar after.
Yeah,
Korra.
Yeah.
Avatar
Thank you.
Pavi. They're really
Thank you.
milking this kind of deal.
Yeah. Although I'm not. I don't want to distract because let's stick on your topic because
Oh yeah, we literally just went into
Um,
that's just a podcast for.
no, but actually, no, I can save it because but Avatar: The Last Airbender is an example. Let's be honest here. When Avatar first came out, for a good few months, I think you two might be too young to remember this. God, I'm old. But when Avatar first came out, for a hot few months, people were convinced it was an anime. I remember when it first came out on fanfiction.net back in those days, it was listed as an anime. People didn't believe it was a Western animation. It was an American show.
Honestly, Avatar might be kind of the origin point of what I'm trying to get at.
It is yeah, that's you wound up with, and that's the thing, and that's my answer, I guess, to your question. I think it's good that you're mixing styles because the Japanese also do that too. What was that one show? There, yeah, the Japanese, the other side is also taken true. You do see, like, for example, arguably what is One Punch Man?
It's legit just superheroes.
Yeah, arguably, there is exchange the other way. I mean, hell, Spider-Man is crazy popular in Japan
Oh yeah,
to the point where,
crazy.
Oh yeah,
He
and I
literally
guess
has a mecha anime.
yes, he
like
does.
like Penny Parker is literally like actually that's more of an American thing, like American inspired. But yeah, I don't know. But whatever. The thing is like
Oh,
I guess there's a lot of like superhero anime, right? Like there's the My Hero, the obviously One Punch.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I would
yeah, My
count
Hero is what.
Chainsaw Man among
also
those
I
because
guess
it has
also
a
that
lot of.
to be Hero X one is also kind of superhero.
I
Yeah, so
haven't watched
honestly,
that.
I just heard about it too. I haven't watched those, but
We
it's
should do a
honestly,
watch along.
I get having mixed feelings about it, but to me, an exchange of culture is sort of the nature of the world at this point,
yeah,
in a
no,
good way.
Which I
yeah,
agree with. I think we should be exchanging way more culture, especially with the internet.
I
I guess
mean, go
honestly,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think I like it. I like when they do it, but I think they just got to do it tastefully, you know?
Like another example of something done tastefully, not the live action movie, we don't speak of it. Again, but Mulan actually it took great inspiration from Chinese style art at the time. The animated movie, I mean, not the again live action movie, which did not get good reviews.
Yeah, like change the whole plot too. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Seriously, Disney needs to stop making live action remakes.
Well, they're not
Almost
No, they
because they
should make
milk
more.
money.
They'll eventually
why?
get gold.
I mean, okay, they've made one or two have actually been semi decent. I will actually stand by the Tarzan one actually, but then again, Tarzan's a very particular animal, and also it wasn't live action despite what they advertised. It was just photorealistic CG. But the Lion King movie was also, you know,
That one was really good though. It's just kind of weird.
not Mufasa. Not Mufasa.
But
The
yeah,
remake.
I know. I was talking about Lion
Uh,
King. Yeah,
uh,
that one is weird. I don't like it.
uh, okay. I haven't seen it. I just heard good reviews for it actually. Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, it's like CGI animals. They're way less expressive. You should just watch the animated one instead. That's what I could say about like pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of want to see more big pictures with like 3D animated like stuff just to see what they could do with the Disney budget
And I think that
for
also
like an
circles back.
original IP.
I think that circles back to your thing, though. It's not if you just think of it as a style note, Then, oh yeah, also of course, let's not forget Miyazaki doing what he does. The man who will never retire. We all know not to believe when Miyazaki says he's gonna retire, right?
Yeah, no, that man is gonna he's
I
gonna
think
come to work on his funeral day.
I think let's be honest. The thing with Miyazaki is like he says he's gonna retire, and he does retire, but then he's bored in retirement. He's like, I've been retired for like a couple of years. Let me actually make something new.
Honestly, respect. The man wants to be an artist, let him be an artist.
Yeah, honestly, if not that me, if on the very below, on the very like -5 chance, Miyazaki, like, dude, it's not okay. We love you. Don't call it retirement. Just
Call it
call it,
vacation.
yeah, just call it stepping back. Just call it, like a hiatus or something.
But I think he might have not known that that he was going to be bored and then he wanted to come out of retirement.
Here's what it comes down to for me with Miyazaki in one sentence: creative people are gonna be creative. You know,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
get my vibe. Yeah, and Miyazaki is nothing if not hyper creative. So like I'm sure he's got like whole binders of ideas and stuff that.
Another example I want to bring up is the new
Oh,
comic.
oh, sorry, Panty and Stocking. That's what I was trying to think of as the Japanese
Oh
show that
yeah,
takes.
Panty and
Uh,
Stocking is basically just an American action show. I'm
I
gonna
am so
be
sorry for cutting. I am so sorry for cutting you off, but but my mind this whole time was sure we all
I
like that show.
legit really want to watch it, but I
Oh,
really
yeah,
don't want to get caught watching it.
they
Oh
had a new
God,
revival, so
did again? Really? Okay.
yeah, they did. It's like recent, I think, and
Yeah, there's literally a new season
I've,
with like
I've
the
seen
K-pop boys.
the thing, and then they're like there's the angel like boys, and there's the
Yeah. Anyway, so you were saying TV. Another example. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Yeah.
Yeah, another example I wanted to bring up was the new comic book by DC called Immortal Legend Batman, which is basically just Kamen Rider Batman.
Interesting.
It has a lot of the would they be called tropes? I'm gonna call them tropes. It has a lot of the tropes in like the actual Kamen Rider show being straight up just in the comic book, like Batman calling out his attacks, creatures from another dimension, and a bunch of other stuff too.
If we're gonna talk about Batman in Japanese style, let's not forget the actual samurai Batman movie.
I know
oh, and
everybody's not a big fan of that, but I liked it.
and
I
don't
haven't
forget that
watched the Yakuza movie
Suicide
yet.
or DC Isekai show too. There was that, which
Oh
is like
yeah.
Suicide Squad
You-
Izakai.
I don't
I
remember who made it.
that one
I
might have been a
honestly
little
forgot it happened.
yeah. It's like such a wacko concept for a show, but
Who
I guess
made
it's
who made was that Japanese or American? I legit forgot who made that.
It might have been a collaboration between two studios, yo.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah. Just like how. Oh yeah, and that's another reason to bring back Avatar. Avatar, they sometimes outsource some of their animation to other companies. I could be wrong, but I believe they did outsource some of their animation to a Korean company. Unless I'm thinking of someone else, I might have. But the if nothing else, even if I haven't seen the Batman Samurai movie, but visually that movie's gorgeous,
Yeah,
right?
some of the big set pieces, it is definitely gorgeous, but sometimes the visuals can look wonky.
Having literally not seen it and not seen interviews for it, I can't speak for it as a movie, one way or the other. But visually, it looks gorgeous. Yeah. Like, do I want to see it at some point? Not sure, one way or the other. But can I just look at a few stills on the wall as paintings? Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Remember Batman of Shanghai?
I am unaware of this. No.
It was basically a bunch of little animated shorts for Cartoon Network's DC block where Batman was in this Japanese styled classical art Shanghai place with like a bunch of enemies.
Okay.
I really liked the animation style for that. It must have been really expensive, but I really think a
Something.
show could definitely work for it.
I'm also thinking of if you want the hybrid point, Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah, that's another. I should have brought that one up. That's another good example.
They literally have a city called San Francisco where they merged San Francisco and Tokyo. So
Yeah, isn't there an art book or something like actually explaining how
am I
the whole place was uh not reinvented, rebuilt by like immigrant
I think there might be, yeah. I know they did
alternate
make
history thing?
I know they did make a TV show to continue the story a little bit too.
That TV show was weird. Like some of the episodes.
The thing is, with Big Hero 6 too, as a punchline, they did not follow the source material for the comics.
Oh yeah, not at all. Which I
Not
love
even
them for.
they didn't even pretend to, which is fair enough. But I mean, not fair enough. No, it's not good, but it's a good movie. But it's I mean, considering it was literally made by I think the head of Marvel was like that was made with as part of the merger with Disney. They literally just said like the guy literally just said, "Give me the list of superhero teams," and he picked it at random.
Didn't Stan Lee help with Big Hero 6's comic creation?
I don't know. I know. I mean, I know he did some voice lines for it, of course, because he always did.
No, I meant like the actual comic book source. Like, didn't he help invent some of the characters or something? I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
might
check.
just be confusing some stuff.
Oh,
How are we
sorry.
looking on time?
We have like 4 minutes left.
Oh, no, he did not. Apparently, it was
Oh,
written
he did.
by no, the comic was created by Steven Siegel, and Duncan Rolu.
Yeah, those are the motherfuckers I was confusing him with. I
He
like
did
Duncan
base.
Rouleau. He was a good guy.
Dead?
Yeah, he died.
So wait, how much? So you're saying Big Hero 6 was based on a
Dude,
comic?
dude, Duncan Rolu is not dead.
What? He's not? I thought he.
No,
Wait, I might be thinking of another guy.
dude.
Damn it.
like, like the hell, man! If he's listening to this, like I'm not dead. To my,
Bro,
it's like,
Dude, bro is not listening to this podcast.
oh, I doubt it. But
you never know. How the
Well, I
fuck do
mean,
you spell his
it's
last name? Duncan
oh, uh, Roulueau.
Rou. Oh yeah, he's alive.
No.
I'm sorry. I was a
fortunately.
douchebag, Duncan Rouleau. Another thing I really wanna quickly bring up is the massive verse by the same guy who did those Power Rangers comics from a couple of years back. The flagship title, Radiant Black, is basically just Super Sentai but American.
I mean, no, okay. Power Rangers gets a slight minor pass for me because what is Power Rangers but American Super Sentai?
Okay, I consider Super Sentai and Power Rangers completely different, and like its only connection being the reuse of thing is footage. I just completely disassociate the two in my
Eh,
mind.
but yeah, that's sort of my end result though. Is that I don't think the mixing of styles is bad. I know some people get pissed off and will call it like cultural appropriation and stuff, but you can't tell me Avatar: The Last Airbender is anything other than a love letter to Japanese style animation. That's that. In what way is that show? And that's why and because you can't differentiate, you can't say, well, yeah, you can't. So there's enough exceptions that it disproves the rule in this case. There's sometimes things, of course, that are just but there's also the other side, like Big Hero Academia, and other stuff that return the favor.
Yeah, as long as it's not like going after, and if it's like really inspired or like taking some kind of like myth, I think that's fine because it's just like it's cool, and you like as long as you're like genuinely inspired by it and you're not just trying to like
Yeah,
milk the style because you're trying to get the appeal. But if you just like the style because you want to use it and you like it, then that's I don't think that's like appropriation probably. I just think
yeah.
because yeah, I just think that's kind of
Honestly, I think it's just because everybody knows that samurai are cool. That everybody.
I mean, Samurai Jack. If we're gonna talk about that,
Oh yeah, hell yeah, Samurai Jack was my jam.
and it got a conclusion, so that was
Yeah,
amazing.
finally got a conclusion. All right, my
All right.
time's up. Now who's
Uh,
next?
it's impossible to say. It
Oh my
could be
god,
anyone.
this is
Could
so
even be
intense.
could even be Bill
Oh
from
my
accounting.
god. You know, Bill has
He,
been moved
what?
to HR.
No, he fell out a
Holding
window.
cell.
He fell out a
No, I
window.
moved him to the holding cell and used a
Oh,
fake body.
he survived falling out the window. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, alright. Nick, what's yours? What's your topic?
Hit the
uh,
timer, dude. Timer, dude.
is it bad to say I did not have one prepared?
Oh, then just riff for 20 minutes.
Oh, ooh, all right. I'm still hyped about that Marvel Rivals trip. Man, I need to stop talking about that.
Dude,
Nah, man, talk about it if you want to.
it whatever the hell you
I,
want.
I really enjoy the animation, and it's I and do I definitely it's definitely my main game I've been playing right now. That's cool. But I'm not really sure. But Yeah.
Do you want me to bring up the trailer?
I mean, yeah, you guys should watch it. I think it's pretty cool. But
All
yeah,
right.
Just don't get it clipped to the volume, otherwise we're gonna have a problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
you guys can like watch it. I just think it's really cool.
dude, what are you doing? Copy the link. He sent us a link.
Oh my
I sent the
God! He
link
sent
and
us a fucking link.
Yes,
I'm
he
also
did.
if you just search up Marvel
so
Rivals on YouTube, you
stupid.
can find it really easily. Actually,
Yeah, no, but he put it in the chat for this very, Discord mess.
I'm sorry,
I put it
audience.
I put it in
No,
there.
it's fine. It's just
I mean, but it's all good, man.
let's
If you
see.
don't know who's ripping,
I think that was just a bit.
I'm really sorry
Yeah.
I didn't have an actual good topic prepared.
No.
No, man, it's
I mean,
perfectly fine.
okay, that's pretty already. Yeah.
Game trailers kind of piss me off sometimes because like they make such good shows.
And the quality of the trailer is not representative of the game.
Surrender to the hand of heaven.
The devil doesn't kneel before false angels.
Yeah.
So be it.
Again, he'd be one hell of a host for the Spectre.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but we didn't get that part on recording.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm loving this animation. Like purely 3D or is there 2D in this too?
I don't know. I think they do the impact frame in 2D probably. Can't
Oh
be
yeah,
sure.
definitely.
You are not the only one without fear.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys can maybe help explain what kind of weird mystical powers Daredevil has in this trailer.
Okay, I legit think he straight up might just be the avatar of one of the 7 divine weapons of heaven or whatever.
Yeah.
He's on the same spectrum of powers as Iron Fist, basically.
All right. So he's Daredevil's kind of just like Iron Fist 2 in this game.
I can also see a little bit of similarities to, although I don't know if Khonshu would work with him very well. Oh god, I can hear Khonshu mocking in the background. In bad. Yeah. I mean, there are 2 fists of Khonshu though, so that could work.
I legit
Yeah.
I'm legit catching up on all the Moon Knight comics. I'm still in like his first era.
I am. The problem is Marvel. It's one of those. Marvel unfortunately has really lost its way these days. The MCU, Loki, and that was Moon Knight was a good example of, first of all, bad luck because one of the actors died not long after filming.
Yeah, wasn't he
And
gonna
that,
be the big bad of the next one? Next season?
yeah, so that sort of was a problem. Rest in peace, of course. But the other thing was, like, they clearly did not expect that show to do as well as it did.
Oh my god. The suit. I love it.
Only because ours doesn't have a topic. Do y'all want to know? There's a theory that we've seen Jake Lockley's Moon Knight suit. There's one theory about that. If y'all want to hear what they think it is.
Continue.
Okay, so you know how? Okay, obviously we see Steven and we see Mark Spector suits, of course. However, when in that last battle, spoilers for the end of Moon Knight. Which at this point, when did it come out? Like what, 4 years ago at this point?
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah, during COVID, I think, right? I think, or was that 5 years ago now? COVID was sort of like a year or two long period, though. So anyway,
COVID
somebody check that.
was 2020.
COVID was 2020 when it first hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but you know how in that final battle, you see him clearly switch from Jake Lockley back to Mark.
Yeah.
If you freeze frame at that exact moment, you can see black on his chest. So that indicates that Jake.
He
And
has.
there's actually. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he has the other Fists of Khonshu's suit then. What was
Oh, I haven't. I haven't. Oh, okay. The other. Hold on, let me check.
Is it also just a Moon Knight?
It's also just a Moon Knight.
Oh.
Yeah. But also the end credits of that episode does feature. You know how they always put the Moon Knight suit in the background images of the credits.
Yeah.
The suit in the end credits of that last episode does not check with Mark or Steven's suit.
Ooh.
Is actually
fancy.
so people have so the current theory is that, and it does have more black in it than you'd expect. So it does. So the current theory is that suit that was in the end credits of the last episode is actually Jake Lockley's suit.
Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
think Jake Lockley has a suit in the comics. I
The
think
thing
it's
is,
just the Moon Knight and Mr. Knight suit.
yeah, they all just kind of, but they change the personalities rather drastically. But that's honestly, Kanchi was kind of in a weird situation though. Alvarez, you've seen Moon Knight, right?
I haven't. I don't really watch MCU shows, but I've heard
Oh,
of the
Oh,
show. I've heard like
understandable.
oh, dude, watch it seriously. It's 8 episodes, and there's not a bad episode. It's actually really good. Yeah,
We should just do a watch along series
like
at this point. There's so many
honestly,
things we all need to watch for each other.
like I see it ranked among like WandaVision gets really good reviews. Loki gets freaking amazing reviews.
Loki was
I
Um,
heard that one's
amazing.
good too, though.
Agatha all along is still too new to know what it's going to be like in the long run. But I think Agatha all along was also apparently good.
How did Daredevil do?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the reviews on it at all. I haven't. No one said a word about it. Although, we all know She-Hulk. We all know the She-Hulk series did. Ugh. I haven't seen it, but I've heard bad reviews.
Yeah, I think I've seen reviews of She-Hulk, and it's so cringy it makes people want to jump off a bridge. So not literally.
But
It
yeah,
is.
let's.
I heard it is actually very terrible. And there's that one twerking scene, and there's the
Oh
really cringy
god,
joke.
wait.
Oh
There's
yeah.
a twerking scene.
Yes, have you not seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. I've been avoiding it on
It was
purpose.
literally a massive controversy, kind of for no reason, but whatever.
All right, let's see how Daredevil Born Again did by reviews, shall we? Shall I check Rotten Tomatoes?
Rotten Tomatoes is unreliable.
No, I care about the fan score, not the critic score.
The same
Um,
statement applies, man.
oh, to both, really?
Yeah.
I usually give a little bit of clout to the fan score, not the. I mean, it doesn't have bad reviews. 87 by critics, 78 by fans. Yeah, so it doesn't have. But how many reviews though is the question.
There's like 2 reviews and they're both by bots.
All right, first of all, it was actually okay, but that was 115 critics reviewed it to get that 87%. So that is actually a reasonable number of critics. Fair enough.
I agree.
Yeah.
I heard it had like Punisher in the Daredevil, which must have been pretty cool actually.
Did they bring Punisher back for it? I didn't hear he was in it.
I think I don't know.
I can't.
I think they did bring him back for Born Again actually.
Oh yeah, let's be honest here. That was when Netflix was writing the show. That was the thing. Okay, they knew they were going to use Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil. They did not expect him to do as well. They did not expect, I forget the actor's name, to nail that role so hard
Oh yeah, he's the quintessential Punisher now.
for the moment.
Yeah.
They really did not expect that. Accidentally. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean Punisher. I mean he's edgy, but I enjoy him. I
Plays-
guess kind of interesting moral code thing, but where he kills just all criminals, and he's like, I don't know. I think he's cool, but he's a little bit edgy.
Yeah, the Punisher.
What do you guys think of Punisher? I don't know.
When he first of all, the Punisher is always a bit of a it's John Bernthal, yeah. By the way, he literally did his homework. He literally went into multiple comic book stores and asked people and tried to buy comics to do research for the role. So he's that dedicated. You'll find this funny. He also at one point went into a comic book store, bought everything. He went to buy everything that they had, but the clerk recognized him as the person who became as Punisher and literally said, like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm doing research." He's like, "No, you're not." He literally takes out half the comics. Like, "You don't need this, 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 this. You need this, 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 and don't screw this up."
Honestly valid.
So he gave him apparently the more quintessential, better examples of the Punisher, not just everything. And he
Punisher
refused
is
to let him buy.
very easy to fuck up.
You're saying
Really,
he's easy to fuck up?
Yeah, I'm like not in a literal sense, but in a actor writer sense.
he's a widow. Oh, that's not what you meant, is it?
No, bro, you
Oh.
pervert.
I'm not, but okay.
Oh yeah, you're like the least pervy person in the server.
Am I? Okay, that's good now. But yeah, no. So apparently Bernthal, he did his homework. Yeah. Wow, really? He hasn't been acting that long. He's only 48.
Holy shit, I thought he was at
He's-
least 50.
I don't mean to like hashtag we're not sponsored by John Bernthal or anything. He starts acting in 02, then he gets on The Walking Dead, which is in 09, and then immediately after that, he does The Punisher in 20. He starts appearing as The Punisher in 2015.
Oh yeah, he
Wow,
was Daryl in The Walking Dead. That is a crazy career jump. I need to stop
It's
saying it if I'm to be honest.
way to hit the ground running, dude.
Yeah, dude just
Um,
decided to put his all into it.
it's like, you know what? Gets in The Walking Dead, gets in, Daredevil. Does it so well that he gets a 2-season Punisher TV show. Yeah, I believe it did have 2 seasons, right? Yeah, I think, right. It
Huh?
had 2 seasons, right? It had 2 seasons, right?
No, I think it had 3.
The Punisher?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, okay.
Oh, it had
Okay,
2
so
seasons. Never mind, I messed up.
yeah, apparently I haven't seen Daredevil Born Again, but apparently he did appear as the Punisher. So I'm like,
That's
yeah, no,
probably what I'm thinking.
yeah, they cast the guy who played Daredevil, I forget his name. Shoot, I'm spacing. Charlie Cox nailed Daredevil, and then they super unintentionally. So they got the perfect Daredevil, and then then they accidentally found the best Punisher of the era,
Which is
right?
honestly
Yeah.
just a happy accident.
It's like, you know what? Although, and also the guy who they got to, yeah, honestly, real talk. Are there any bad actors in that show? The guy who they got to play Kingpin, they brought him back too. He was really good. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio was really good.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Alres. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah,
We're kind of talking over you.
yeah.
Oh
Sorry.
no. It is quite all right, my fellows.
Wait,
Um,
did they bring back? No, they did not bring back Jessica Jones in Daredevil.
I liked her series up until Killmonger died. Kilgrave.
My God, David Tennant played a good villain in that
Oh
series.
yeah, he needs to come back in onto Doctor Who as like the master at some point, like just for funsies.
Honestly, yeah, I would watch the hell out of that. Although, yeah. How about you, Alres? You a fan of Doctor Who, or
heard of Doctor Who?
yeah, are you a fan of it?
I haven't really watched. I mean, I kind of know the general thing. It's like Doctor and Time, blah blah blah, Time Booth, and I saw that one cartoon one where there's like the cartoon light god and I know the Weeping Angels. I know the little
Yeah,
robot guys with humans inside them or whatever. Or the
um,
Daloids or whatever you call those
there are
circular tubes.
Cybermen? Oh, Daleks. Daleks. Whatever the fuck they're
Yeah,
called.
the Daleks.
we
And
are the Daleks.
yeah, those are fun. I like the Weeping Angels. Those are creepy, terrifying, yada yada. and I,
Oh.
big cartoon guy who's light god.
Oh yeah, that was a.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, by the way,
like
all those.
Lux Imperator
si-
or something.
Side note: Doctor Who is actually on hiatus right now for a little bit, so it might,
Yeah, it's gonna be a while until we get the new season. I'm thinking 2027, 2028.
The problem is they planned for Shooty to do 3 seasons, but apparently he was pissed off about the schedule. He was upset that he wanted to do a perfume commercial, but he wasn't able to do it. A perfume commercial that would have paid him a lot of money. But also he has flat out said that it was more of a demanding shoot than he expected.
Which is
And honestly,
perfectly reasonable.
in all fairness though, he's also not that old, and also all fairness, they also did write his. Oh, Jessica Jones is going to be on the second season of Daredevil, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
she's gonna so she's yeah. I wonder if they're gonna have her married to Luke Cage already and stuff. Because Danielle Cage is an interesting character to set up for the future if they want to. But yeah, Shooty's not that old, so I do worry about him. Yeah, literally, he's younger than I am. Oh God, he's younger than I am.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, actors are so
he's
young these days.
no, he's in his 30s though. He's
In
not
his
old.
30s?
Yeah, so he was one of the younger doctors actually. That means that means he would have been, how old was he in, yeah, that means he was like 29, 30 when he was first cast.
I really
Yeah.
wish he stayed for that 3rd season.
The problem is though, now they got Billy Piper to do that last scene. So, but they've also been mum's the word if she's actually going to be the next incarnation.
Don't think she's gonna be the next incarnation. I think they're gonna have something like a bi-generation happen.
I don't. The problem is they've screwed themselves over now by having that. Because if they don't do that, they have to explain. And also, I'm sorry, but people have come to hate Rose over the years. So if you were going to cast her, that was not a good idea. I'm
It
sorry.
really wasn't.
I'm so, like I actually have nothing against Rose myself. I think she's a bit overstated, but I have actually nothing against her. She was a good companion. And anybody's gonna say the Doctor should not be romantic companions, I will point you to the Eighth Doctor movie where he kisses his companion in that movie. So shut up.
Honestly, the Doctor should be on the ace spectrum.
Here's the thing. Do the math. the Doctor should either see it as bestiality because we're not the same species as he is. Although we should say they because
And he is a
or
higher life form, as he says.
yeah, but that's him having an ego, which is fair enough though.
True.
Considering he's literally tens of millions of years old now. Or yeah, but the problem is even in the classic era, John Pertwee was pretty much in love with one of his companions. So with Joe. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess 3, 2, 1.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year's! I killed 3 people.
Was I one of them?
Potentially.
Man, you don't kill nobody in a. Yeah, you did not kill anybody in a blink of a second.
Alright, I'm
Mm.
gonna see how much time we've recorded. Oh,
This
only
will be
an
a short.
hour.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, and you're gonna wind up cutting it probably to like.
I guess about.
Like,
Although honestly,
probably another 15, 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
I
but
I mean, if you want to.
I straight up might just not edit this one.
I
honestly,
mean, no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna talk more about. I was just gonna go kind of on a random topic, so never mind. You go first.
No, dude, go on a random topic. We didn't really do your thing, so go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I mean, more about the Marvel Rivals stuff. Apparently, the Angela is like gonna be at least somewhat flying tank, so that's kind of crazy.
flying
Yeah,
tank
and
is
honestly,
crazy.
the design is the design is pretty perfect. I think really gives the tank build vibe. Like actually, like I think they do a really good job of because I could tell in the trailer that yeah, that's definitely a tank, right? Because they use the character designs and I can you can tell that Daredevil's a DPS because he's kind of kind of agile, like skinny kind of design. So it's like
He's
more
lanky.
yeah.
Although the flying tank, there is one giant loophole. Take them out very easily. Just knock them prone, right?
Or just use like a hit scan. But flying tank is I don't know how she's gonna work because they haven't shown any gameplay, but that's what they just said in the thing, and that she's gonna use like that she uses weapon like a liquid that can turn into different weapons. I guess that's Angela lore. I don't know.
Oh, so like Spawn's suit or Venom.
Or it's like a gold liquid and then she turns them into weapons.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Spawn's suit or Venom.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's really. I guess you're right. Yeah. I think I don't know. It seems because they also said she was gonna have a shield, gonna have range, and then gonna have like close range combat. So I don't really know what they're doing with the character until the gameplay comes out.
Honestly, neither do I.
But it's nice to get a tank, and then Daredevil's gonna be another DPS, which is I don't know if that's the best, but hey, it's Daredevil. It's gonna be cool seeing. I definitely want to origin to his weird mystical powers though. I guess he's like an avatar for like you were saying because he seemed to be kind of throwing the hands in the trailer,
Yeah,
But they're not going to
motherfucker was
reveal.
magical.
Yeah, they're not going to reveal his kit till like at least a month later. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm excited to play Angela or whatever. I definitely been on Rivals a lot. I play a lot of Ultron, so that's a fun character. I like him because of the projectile. But now I'm just ranting about Marvel. Now I'm just ranting about myself.
No,
No,
reminds
that's
me of the
fine.
old. There used to be an old Marvel game I used to play back when Facebook games were a thing. Yeah, Marvel Avengers Alliance was always fun, and they would do events where you could unlock villains to play. It's one of the only games I know. Doctor Doom was a playable character.
Yeah, Doctor Doom is like never a playable character.
And that was also an interesting paradox because in that game you had to pick an Agent of Shield and then 2 heroes to join you. The thing with Doom though, canonically in that game nobody wanted to join him. So canonically in the lore of that game, the other heroes are all livid that Doctor Doom joined Shield, and they literally refuse to ever go on missions with him. So you'd think, okay, so you're down to only him and the Shield character, right? Yeah, but Doctor Doom has 2 rounds, has 2 entire is allowed to then go twice every turn. So, and he was, depending on who you were fighting, he could be busted actually. In PvP, he was a bit locked down, but they had also, like for example, how many games let you play as the Destroyer armor?
The destroy is that like an
None.
Iron Man armor?
No,
No, it's a
the
Thor
sentient,
thing.
the sentient armor that was sent to get back Thor in the movie. Yeah, how many games let you play as the Destroyer armor?
None.
Or
Honestly, I
they
think they'll add the Destroyer armor to Marvel Rivals eventually.
how many games let you play as Squirrel Girl? For God's sakes.
At least
Oh,
one.
actually,
Marvel Rivals.
speaking of Squirrel Girl, Squirrel Girl's really annoying because she can like super long range than nuts, and they bounce and they hit you out of nowhere and you just die. But they're nerfing her long range damage now, so now she can't just spam nuts from across the map and
Or how
be
about
as effective.
Phantom X? Or there were just a lot of unusual characters in that game that you don't
Oh
see
my
elsewhere.
god, I love Phantom X. He's awesome.
Yeah, he was in
I've not seen Phantom X. What does he like?
Okay, so you know what's the project that created Wolverine? Weapon X, right? Yeah.
Yep,
Oh yeah,
Weapon
oh
X.
yeah.
If Weapon X took a mind, put it in cyberspace, had it raised basically in cyberspace, and then gave it a body of living nanites to manipulate, that's how you get Phantom X.
Oh, and it's pronounced Phantom X.
Yep. And he likes to talk in a French accent, likes to use guns, dresses in all white and black, would definitely get along with Moon Knight.
He also has a
For that
little
reason.
flying saucer thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, just the variety of characters you could play in that game were just yeah, there were so many characters. Howard the Duck was I'm pretty sure he was in there.
Howard the Duck. I mean, I guess Howard the Duck isn't really obscure. Like, but there's probably more because I've never heard of Phantom X in my life or whatever, man.
Phantom X.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I only know Howard the Duck from like Lego Marvel games, but in Phantom X, I've never. You know,
Mid,
most of my characters I know from Marvel that are like deeper cuts or like from the Lego ones that they sometimes add like more obscure characters, but
they had all the main characters from the Runaways. They had, um yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
It was nice. It was really cool learning about. That's also why Molly Hayes, when she grows up, will maybe match the Hulk in terms of power.
Who the fuck is Molly Hayes?
She was one of the Runaways, which is a group of teen heroes that found out of young, powerful people that found out their parents were part of a cult that was going to kill them. So they all ran away together.
Oh yeah, there was an entire show about this. That was a good
Oh, were
show.
they? Oh, okay. Yeah, Cloak and Dagger before they had a show, which people forget that show completely.
It was okay.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger were on there as one character though, not as two, but as one character.
Honestly, Cloak needs a solo comic book without Dagger. I think he'd be able to do it.
I'll tell you what though, I'm genuinely because they're such a package deal and they're also one of the few happily married couples last I checked.
Oh, they're married?
Are they? I'm not sure. I thought they
I
were.
thought they
I
were
might be
just
mistaken.
good friends. Like legit.
Okay.
Alright, never mind, continue.
Yes, they are married.
Fucking crazy what you find out hosting a podcast.
Yeah. I would be curious because their powers do work really well together. So therefore, I'm curious if their children get both powers. How? Because usually when you have synergetic mutant powers,
They're not
the
mutants.
kid either gets both. No, I know. But usually when you have synergetic powers like that, the kids either get something completely different or they get both. It's like
Honestly,
how
I think they'd just get like Polka Dot Man's powers because he's part of the Light and Dark Force. So
well, or it could be like when Jessica Jones and Luke Cage had a kid. Danielle Cage, who is slated to become a very powerful hero in the future.
honestly, they just need to eventually make the future just fucking happen. Like have the kids actually fucking grow up
That is
well,
the
then
problem.
comic books instead of just having it be like an
yeah,
alternate
you know how
universe or something.
they make like Spider-Man's like super stagnant, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh
He will never
yeah,
change. He will always be suffering. The writers will beat on him until he's
the
suffering in pain all the time, and he has to be
in
sad.
in one sentence, the problem is, and this is actually with Marvel and DC all at once. Rarely do people want to advance the timeline because it means they lose characters that are beloved. But once in a while they do. Like people still love the Justice. Like when DC advanced and you had the Justice League instead of the Justice Society, people still love the Justice Society. So they are making comics of both eras now. Batman Beyond pulled it off for the future. That's why you do have comics. Jonah Hex is the opposite problem. When you make comics set in the past and then you're kind of screwed.
Just put him in an alternate timeline or something. Kinda. You brought this
So
up last time too.
yeah, but no, the problem is nobody wants to advance the timeline because they don't want to. It would be staggering their bets, but it would also mean that you can't use certain characters. Although, mind you, honestly, the future of Marvel would not. You're not going to lose as many people as you think. Like we know, for example, the Hulk can live a very long time, so the Hulk can just be alive in the future with zero problems. Vision, robot, same thing. A number of heroes
Spider-Man's
Honestly,
gonna
you
do
could
it until he just dies, so he's not going anywhere.
easily, honestly, a time jumping of 20 years, to show the next generation. Mind you, it also kind of ruins the point to keep all the old characters around at that point. But honestly, if you're only jumping ahead 20 years, like one generation, you need not have. Although there is the Magneto problem, which is going to pop up soon enough.
Oh yeah, because they have to keep changing his origin because he can't be from the Holocaust anymore and still be alive.
There is only so long you can pull that off. Yeah, I mean, reasonably, you can still get away with that for maybe a few more
Honestly,
decades.
that's why I completely avoid the Magneto problem by just straight up having the characters either be immortal or just not have it that far past the Holocaust. That
Although
sounds that that sounds
that would
nice.
be no, that would be the solution to the Magneto problem. Is just pick an age for him that you're going to set in stone, and then just make slow aging part of his power set.
Exactly.
Like maybe the magnetic fields cancel out the aging. So
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, but
His
it's
cells are
comics.
invigorated by the electromagnetic sphere of the Earth.
New character, Youth Man appears for appears for one issue and then dies, and then sends and then let me finish. New character, Youth Man, exists for a one issue event across the entirety of Marvel Comics and dies at the end of it, spreading his power across the entire world, de-aging all heroes by 20 years.
Wait.
Literally
Oh,
just elixir.
I have another idea.
Oh yeah,
What?
right.
Can they just do like something with the Krakoa and they just like revive him with the headset or whatever?
That's
Krakoa
only
was
first of all,
dead.
Krakoa is it ended. Yeah, although it's still on Mars.
Well, they could have just done that. Like they can stop moving his origin, but they can just like revive him supernaturally and like
Oh,
reduce his age.
oh yeah, let's be honest here. Krakoa was cool though. That was also one of the only times you had Professor X and Magneto happily working together. Because let's be honest here, that was what was Krakoa. It was Professor X completely agreeing with Magneto and Magneto being ecstatic to be on the same team.
Honestly, I'm still reading through the Krakoa saga,
Oh,
but I'm starting to
sorry.
kind of realize. Oh no, I was spoiled way ahead of this. I
Oh,
literally am
oh,
just reading it for the fun of it. No.
oh.
Yeah, anyway, mutants are kind of racist towards regular humans. To like
Which,
the point I kind of understand why some humans just fucking hate them.
in all fairness, it's also counter racism, being racist against people who've been racist against you. But yeah,
Yeah, it's literally the cycle of racism.
it's also, let's be honest here. That's also when you realize Magneto genuinely wants Magneto and Xavier's debate. Problem with their friendship is literally they genuinely both want the other on their side. Like they don't really, for the most part, want to kill each other. They genuinely like Magneto's happiest day of his life would be, I successfully convinced Charles to join my side forever. Yay!
Yeah,
You would
but
see
that
him
kind of
celebrate.
doesn't make Charles a superhero anymore.
And vice versa. That would also be, you see Xavier. I convinced Eric to join the X-Men forever. Celebrate good times.
Yeah, he kind of murdered people, and he's like,
Honestly,
for
who
me
the
too.
fuck hasn't murdered somebody in Marvel?
I guess, but like, I mean, isn't he kind of like a little bit of a terrorist? And
Oh yeah,
he hates
he's
humans.
definitely a terrorist.
Oh
But
yeah, he's
technically,
100%.
so is Daredevil.
And let's not. Oh,
Wait, he's a
I'm so.
terrorist.
Daredevil.
Yes.
Let's not forget though. Let's not forget how much of a bastard Professor X could be. How many people does he brainwash?
Oh wait, you know the one? You guys heard it?
Have we heard of?
The beans.
Wait, you guys remember that one? I heard there was a moment where Professor X made Magneto like relive the Holocaust or something.
Oh, that was it.
Yes,
No,
the
that was it.
Holocaust beam.
Holocaust beam multiple times actually.
At least 3.
Multiple times.
That was an internet sketch. That was not from the comics. I don't think X.
No,
I don't
that was
think.
literally in the 90s show. Like the first episode. It was just.
Wait, he really did. Wait, he really did that. I never saw the '90s show.
Oh, he legit just Holocaust. Hold on, let me pull up a clip.
Wait, no. Tell me that is actually. Tell me that's not actually real.
It's real. X-Men.
He used the Holocaust beams. No, because that was a skit somebody made. I thought it was.
No.
I thought it wasn't.
No, hold on. I legit remember this because I was literally watching the show to catch up on the new one.
Oh, fucking Holocaust! We are gonna get demonetized from this episode.
No, it's an hour in. Nobody's gonna give a fuck.
Eh, well, I mean, I am not exactly sure, but yeah, Holocaust Beam's pretty crazy.
Hold on.
No, that's
You brought me here, Magneto. The next move is yours.
The years have been kind to you, Charles. A pity they haven't brought you wisdom.
Your wisdom? You find wisdom in this destruction?
We have not always been enemies. I will give you a final chance.
Never.
Fool, you still dream of peace with those who would destroy all mutants?
Is this your answer? This horror? After all the suffering we both have seen, you wish me to wage war on 6 billion humans?
When I was a child, my people talked while others prepared for war. They used reason while others used tanks, and they were destroyed for their trouble. I won't stand by and watch it happen again. I won't! This is not how
he moved his legs.
to end. I wish it could have been otherwise. You were the best of us. Farewell, Xavier.
Yeah, no, that's just.
Your
Okay, I'm
blindness has sealed your fate.
The Holocaust Beam. Actual
This
Holocaust
is not the
Beam.
This is not the Holocaust. This is what he did right then and there.
No, don't
I
make
don't
me
know,
see. Xavier, I can't.
It's very humorous. I have to say.
It's not the Holocaust beam.
No, it is the Holocaust Beam.
No, he's showing the damage he did at that site.
No, then why is it showing?
Oh, wait, no, I might be mistaken.
So yeah, the Holocaust Beam.
Okay, yeah, no, as much as Xavier is the hero, he can be a dick. Let's be honest, he brainwashed Wolverine into being a weapon.
He's a hero, not a superhero.
I mean, yeah, I
Well-
think isn't he like kind of supposed to be a flawed character and like kind of like Magneto? Like there's like good parts to Magneto because he's like trying to do a good cause or something, and he's like, or kind of.
Yeah, they kind of lost that in the middle of the
Yeah,
multi-decade story that is X-Men.
I maintain my point though, legit. If they really, for the most part, do not want to kill each other. They want the other to be to join them badly. And if that ever happened, whoever succeeded would be just like ecstatic.
They just need to fucking get it over with.
I don't want to imagine that.
You're welcome.
Screw you with an axe.
Uh,
I mean, although then again, the child of Professor X and Magneto.
No,
I mean, Mystique didn't have.
no, you don't.
what?
No.
What do you mean the child of Professor X?
Yeah. In Marvel, people can have children with same-sex couples. I mean, Mystique. That was Nightcrawler's original origin story. That
No,
Mystique
that's
would
his
turn into a
canon
man.
origin story.
No, the original origin story before it was vetoed, and made it that Mystique had a child with a demon, was that Mystique would turn into a male, impregnate her lover Destiny, and they would be Nightcrawler's parents. But it was vetoed by the writers.
No, that's his
It was
actual
vetoed
canon
by-
story now, isn't it?
Did they finally change it to that at some point?
I think so.
So canonically, Nightcrawler has no father, or Mystique is his father.
Wait, so what was the Magneto and Professor X thing? When did that happen?
Yeah, let's not talk about it. Anyway,
let's
I
be honest
think
here.
they need to just reboot the entirety of 616.
Okay, dude, you cannot just bring that up and then you just like.
No, I was joking, dude. I was joking. Although I do genuinely believe if you just gender flipped one of them, it's been confirmed that if you gender flipped Tony Stark, there are universes where Tony Stark is a woman and she winds up at least some of the time she winds up married to Captain America.
Which I find very funny.
So how do you? There's Marvel Civil War. No, there is no Civil War. They got married. Oh, okay.
Honestly, have it still be the Civil War, but it's a couple's tiff.
Yeah, I think Iron Patriot is what she's called. So I do wonder legitimately, like I'm actually being legitimately here. Assuming their sexualities are not compatible when they're both men. But legitimately, if you did gender flip one of them, if they wind up like I want to see a universe where either Charlotte Xavier or I guess Erin would be the female version of Eric. Yeah. I'm genuinely curious. Although here's something y'all know something very dangerous with that, right? We've all seen their children, right? We're all familiar with Polaris, right?
No, I don't know
No.
who Polaris is.
Magneto's daughter, who inherited all of his powers and is very powerful. And the bigger problem, Charles's son, Legion, whose power is off the scales.
Legion got retconned out of existence.
Again?
Yeah, no, he
Did he really?
he
Wait, did he
literally
really?
time traveled and stopped his own birth. And like the only remnant in the 616 universe is like a mental fragment inside this one chick.
I'm so sad about that. Legit, he was a favorite.
Yeah, Legion, man, Legion is so fucking cool. I loved his show.
That show you had to pay attention for, but it was really good. Yeah.
I have a notebook somewhere in this room that was just me taking notes on
Oh.
that show.
Alvarez, did you ever see Legion?
No, I have to look up Legion.
It's a 3-season show. Just realize it's not one of those shows you can just have as background noise. You have to pay attention, right? TV.
Yes.
You cannot watch Legion and half-ass it. You have to pay attention.
Although he is kind of alive in the 1610 universe, the new Ultimate one, or 6160, whatever the
Are you
fuck.
Anyways,
talking
that's
about
what.
Legion, the character guy? Because
Yeah,
I
Legion.
searched up.
Yeah, Legion is that's legit. So to go back to what I was saying though, yeah. So if in some universe you gender flip one of them and they do, and honestly they could have worked out as a couple. I could see that working out. But
Imagine
the question is,
Tumblr fanfic.
would you get Polaris and Legion as their children? Because that would be insane.
I don't think so. That's
I know this
legit,
though.
that's
If
just them fucking other people
yeah,
and then getting.
and also it's very hit and miss with mutations being passed on like that. Actually,
Or
so
imagine if their kid was just a regular human.
they would be very sad. But no. Well, they'd get over it. Just because Legion's power set. Although you know what, if that was actually a Legion raised by Xavier, maybe he wouldn't have so much mental illness, and he would actually be okay.
Yeah, that's
'Cause Legion
literally
in his
the moral of the story. If Xavier raised him,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be
Because
fucking
Legion,
nuts.
because Legion in his controlled phases is basically equal to Franklin Richards. Like there was that one story in the comics where at one point I think it was Nico Minoru. She used
Mr. Grimm.
it was someone used a spell to summon anyone who could solve a very catastrophic problem that was about to destroy the world, and it summoned Legion in one of his controlled phases, and he just snapped his fingers and got rid of the problem.
Chad move.
It's like summon anyone. Deus Ex Machina the problem. Okay. Legion Ex Machina. It literally summoned Legion, who was in mostly control at the time, and he just ended the problem.
I think they should just resurrect him, no explanation given.
Honestly, you don't need to explain it. Legit,
Yeah.
because remember he had so many hours. Do you actually know who Legion is, or are we talking over your head, dude?
Well, I searched him up. It seems he is just like telekinetic and matter and
Oh no,
manipulation.
no, dude, no. He has every power you can imagine,
He has multiple
The thing with Legion-
personalities, each with a different power.
and he has thousands of personalities.
Give me a second. Somebody's texting me.
That's why Legion in his control phase pretty much has every power you can imagine. Well, mostly, yeah.
Also,
Never mind. I'm good.
doesn't he have like these really cool fucking gloves with like spikes at the fingertips? I remember that being an image.
One of his personalities does, yeah. Yeah, Legion though is off the scale. If you just that's why you really don't need to explain how he shows up. I'm sure just have it that one of his personalities had the power to survive being erased from existence. Because in a pinch, it does happen, I believe, where sometimes if Legion's in a severe crisis, whoever has the power that would solve the problem just comes out in a hyper desperate situation. I think that does happen. Yeah.
If you dated Legion, would you technically be in a polycule?
It depends on so many things at that point.
Yeah, I just
The
want.
collective
Yeah.
the collective do not agree on much.
They do not.
That's why honestly in the Legion TV show, the fact that the Legion actually agreed on what to do in most situations. I'm sorry, but David Haller in the Legion TV show got off easy
Oh yeah.
in terms of the Legion. No offense. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he still went through a lot of fucked up shit. But the Legion actually liked him, and they wanted to help him. Mind you, he had to obey them and like make sure and like keep to the task. But as long as he was keeping to the task that they reasonably all agreed to, they were backing him up. Like when he got yeeted out by Sid, they're like, okay, we need David back. The Legion agreed together to grab David back. In the comics, they would have just left him rot. They don't give it probably, right?
legit
Yeah,
think
probably.
that the Legion just fucking hates him in the comic books.
I think they all have different opinions. Some of them do like him. Some of them don't give. Some of them probably just don't give a shit. Some of them hate him. Yeah, but
Probably.
but the Legion as a whole in the show genuinely seem to respect him and like, okay, we need you. Let's get him back.
Which I did
Yeah,
actually find very interesting as like an
mind
angle
you,
on the character.
it also meant that the no, you're no, you're completely correct because it meant that David he was in a good situation to coordinate with them, but it also meant he was as much a prisoner as they were because it also meant that he had to constantly keep unity between the Legion to make it work. But he did. He pulled it off.
Somehow.
Although, mind you, he also you could also see sometimes where they clearly basically just told him to shut up and they took over. Like that one scene with Xavier where they broke in and put him on ice because they really wanted to speak to Xavier themselves. Although even then, that was still the Legion being nice, I think, right? They literally said that they put him someplace quiet to relax. Like they didn't expel him, they didn't hurt him. They literally just like, you're in timeout. We're gonna let the Legion take over. You're gonna go in timeout, basically, right?
Didn't they like
Yeah.
literally put him in a spa illusion or something?
We don't. His body was still in the room, but he was just very quiet and like petrified. Or so. They literally, even though his body was in the room, Xavier trying to wake it up.
Mm.
The Legion literally just said he had to go someplace quiet. So you know, although mind you, that was unnecessary. Xavier was listening to David. He would have done everything. All that accomplished was Professor Xavier being terrified of the Legion.
Honestly, he kind of
And
deserved it, at least a little bit.
by the way, you know what the fridge horror theory of Legion, by the way? There was one theory that people came up with that's terrifying.
What?
Think about it. We know how Legion is in the comics, very fractured, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also know Legion in the show is still fractured, but he's actually more together because the Legion cooperates, which they don't usually do. What's the only difference? Amal Farouk in his head for 30 years. So the argument is a bit of fridge horror logic.
The
I'm sorry, we were
Shadow
just
King
talking over.
stabilized the
The
Legion.
Shadow King screwed up his head, but it also accidentally stabilized the Legion.
Oh,
Mm.
so he's called the Legion because he has multiple personalities, right?
A severe number of them too, like literally thousands.
It's also a
We don't.
biblical
Yeah,
reference. Jesus.
yeah. We don't know. We never get a full number. We never get a final number.
I just think it's infinite, like in an infinitely expanding universe inside his mind, with like new people
Yeah,
just
it's.
spawning in.
I mean, yeah, but that is the fridge horror argument of Legion that technically Amal Farouk may have actually. David didn't see it that way, of course, but that is technically. It's not an illogical argument based on what we see, is it?
Honestly, I would just have the Shadow King be imprisoned inside like the Legion's domain, and that'll take
Oh,
care of him forever.
they would kill. They would kill in that version of Legion. They would kill him infinitely on endless loop just for
Yeah, that it
Bull.
deals with him forever though.
And that also means David, in the back of his mind, is constantly. You know, that would be cathartic, actually.
Probably.
At the back of his mind, it's like at the back of his mind, just witnessing the shit, just like once in a while, piecing the Legion's like, hey, Legion. It's like, hello, personalities. What are you? We're killing Amal Farouk. What do you want? You've been killing him every hour for the last 20 years. So, can I watch for 5 minutes? Yes.
Hmm.
Probably they would say that, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
probably.
didn't we say, guys?
They would
Wait,
say-
didn't we say we're going for for
oh yeah,
15 minutes more, and then just kind of.
yeah, we're
I
there.
kind of
We've been.
just I kind of just let everybody talk for however long they like. We are
Let's
at 1 hour 38 minutes. Do you think it's time to stop recording?
I mean,
Probably.
we are the regular show, so we're not regular.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording.
All right.